George, North Group's
Hi.
2023 top producer. Woo!
Bow, 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 bow.
What advice would you have for an aspiring agent that is looking to put themselves in that seat, if you will?
Sure. Okay. So I was North Group's top producer, which is wild, given it was my first
Cool.
year living in Toronto. Of course, I had real estate experience beforehand. Uh, I would say what sort of lends itself really well to my success is leaning on um my I don't want to say natural talents, but the leaning on the things that I'm good at. And what I'm good at is people. And really this entire business is about connection. It's connecting not just with strangers or with people that you already know in your sphere or with potential new clients. It's connecting with other agents too. I see that lacking a lot in this industry is it's this idea that it's other realtors are competition. That it's a scarcity mindset that there isn't enough business for everyone. The truth is that there are people out there. There was just a poll like what is it like 46% of people are thinking about making a move in real estate in 2024. There is enough business out there, and focus on building the connections not just with other people that might be clients, might become or might be clients of yours, but also building connection with other agents, other mortgage brokers, other people in the industry to learn more, to strengthen what you're already good at, and to fill in the weaknesses that you might have as well.
So I think in summary, your advice then would be to make those, like, never shy away from making the connections, never shy away from having the conversations, whether it's with potential buyers and sellers or other relationships, professionals. Just talk to and get in front of more people.
Talk to and get in front of more people. It might be easy, it might be easier for me. I'm naturally a pretty extroverted person, but it wasn't easy. Like talking to strangers is hard and scary. I joke that strangers are just friends that you haven't met yet. And I truly I live that too, because not only in business will it be more fulfilling to have that difficult conversation and connect with more people, even if it's just responding to an email or getting back to someone in a timely manner. Your personal life grows too with the more connections that you nourish with your friends, with your family. My life has gotten better because of following those little guidelines I have for myself about connecting with people, and that resulted in my business getting better too.
I love that. So this is an interesting topic because you used to run a real estate team and now
Mhm.
you've partnered with our team at North Group. So my question for you is, what brought you to that decision?
So the mechanics behind having a team with my previous brokerage and then moving to North Group as well as moving to Real, there were a lot of things that happened sort of at the same time. Me moving, it also just so happened that one of my teammates, or sorry, one of my agents that was working underneath me was moving. So it all felt very serendipitous. But the drive for me moving to North Group honestly was about leaning on people that knew more than I did and not being too proud to ask for help when I needed it. I was moving to a new city. I mean, moved to a new city. We already mentioned I've been in Toronto only for a year. I knew that the culture around real estate here was going to be different. I wasn't too proud to acknowledge that just because I'd been in the industry for 7 years at the time, that I knew everything, that it was guaranteed success, or that I was deserved, that I deserved success. I still knew that I had to work for it. And from my previous interactions with North Group, having gone to some of your workshops, looking up to you, partnering with another North Group member, Cody. He was my referral partner here in Toronto before I moved. I already knew a little bit about the culture at North Group. I knew what they stood for, and a lot of that aligned with me. So even though I was an independent agent and then went to having my own team, I don't think that success or drive or your journey in anything, particularly real estate, needs to be linear. No, joining a team doesn't mean taking a step back
I
if
agree.
that's what you need to find success. And I knew that leveraging the talents and leveraging the culture that North Group had already built, that was something that very much attracted me. So when I moved to a new city and I knew that I wanted to be successful, the best way that I could help my clients do that was by partnering with you guys, with North Group. And I'm so happy I made that decision.
We're so happy you made that decision. And I love that I love that you said that. It truly takes great strength to be able to make a decision that is going that no matter what it looks like or what the optics would appear. I love that you said it's not linear, and it's not. And this, yeah, I love that. I'm just so yeah, we're just so happy that you're here. So we
I am
feel
too. Look,
feel really
repping my little,
oh, you're
repping
repping.
my little. Sorry, actually, the real reason I joined was the swag. There's
It's this
there's no
way,
other no other reason.
obviously. So speaking of joining, how has leveraging the North Group platform, so anything from our operations, paperwork, marketing, the culture, like how has leveraging that platform helped grow your business or catapult your business, but not even just your business? Like, how, is it, you've said enough things to me over the last year that it appears that it's making an impact on your life.
Yeah, I mean, a previous brokerage, we had like a little saying, and it was, your business grows to the extent that you
That
do.
you do. Yeah.
So, right, right. So I, I'm not just a guy who's a realtor. It's kind of, if it folds, it's very much part of my identity, and that was a really cool shift to have a couple of years ago. Was that the type of person that I am is the type of person that connects, communicates well, endeavors to be proud of the work that they do, wants to help people. I do that in my life and I do that in my business. And having those pillars of my own personal pillars: honesty, communication, gratitude, and integrity. I have that in my life and in my business.
It's amazing.
So yeah, seeing that in the team was to the previous point, was one of the reasons that I wanted to join. And being able to leverage other people that I respected, that had better knowledge of the part of the area of the industry that I was joining into in Toronto. I would say that what has made the biggest difference, what North Group offers me in my life, is I no longer have to worry about a lot of the little things that are very, very, take a lot of time, but don't necessarily bring me joy or move the business forward, but that are necessary, like some of the paperwork, some of the things that I would let slip or let slide before, in when I had my own team. I had two agents working underneath me. I did have an assistant, but not putting little things, like not putting the for sale sign up when it should be, because I was driving around, I was too busy. Now being able to leverage North Group's systems and other relationships to do little things like that, to not have to worry if I'm forgetting paperwork. That means that small, that small things can't move forward because I've been so busy focusing on the connection and building the relationship with someone. Having the admin and the sales team able to remind me, or even, and I know it sounds silly, even do things for me. It's allowed me to save so much time and so much energy that I can focus back onto either my business or myself.
Well,
I'm
the whole
Yeah,
objective is to create leverage, right? It's to a platform that you can plug into that gives you leverage so that you can do what you do best and leave the rest, behind the scenes.
and it took a while to get used to that. Like I think
I
there,
remember.
like, there were a couple times where, like, George, just talk to the admin team. And now being comfortable leaning on that
Yeah.
has made working with people. It's like I can take it. I know that everything's going to be taken care of, so that I can focus on, like, what I do best, which is connecting with people and making people's lives easier with real estate.
I love that.
You know
So,
what? Oh, sorry. One other thing,
oh
actually,
yeah,
I do want to add. Obviously, I had been in the business for 7 years. I had done a lot of transactions, and the more transactions you do, the more issues come up, or the more you learn,
Sure.
the more things that happen. And I've had some crazy things happen with transactions. Like, I've had clients like pass away before closing, which is like such a weird thing to try to navigate. I had a client flee the country before closing.
Wow.
um, I've been through it all. I've been through it all, and to a certain extent, you do kind of feel after you've done a lot of work. Oh, I know most things in the industry. I know enough. It's going to be difficult to really teach me something brand new that will help me do better at what I'm doing. And the strategic partnerships that North Group has made, specifically with Ryan, having Emma join the team, like it was some of the first times, and it still happens. We'll have meetings, or with our game tape that we do, like the reviews of how to make sure that our calls are going well. Our team meetings, our pump ups, our quarterly team advances. There we go. Like listening to some of the
You're learning, you're growing.
which is something I didn't think that I would have this progression of learning and growing this far into my career.
Right.
And it's absolutely helped me do better. And it's made my job and my life easier of helping people move real estate. So that's a really, really cool thing that I greatly appreciate with North Group too.
Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. So, do you have a fun fact about North Group that maybe someone listening to this video wouldn't know from observing from the outside looking in?
The first thing, the first thing that I know that I learned about North Group, this sounds so cheesy, is that like we're a family, and I don't know if people look outside looking in, they see a team with great marketing, and we're all, we most of us are high producers because we have a very like strict baseline of success in a team that wants to be known as being leaders in the industry, right? So I think outside looking in, it's easy to go, oh, like they're just individually, they're all great, but I genuinely think that together we're more than the sum of our parts. Being able to like not just lean on the admin team, but lean on the other agents and have other agents. I don't know if I can do like call outs. I mean, Sophie and Laurel and Fran and you and Nat and Tara and Cody, just like pick up the phone, have a phone call. Hey, I haven't had this situation before, or hey, it's been a while since I've done this.
Hmm.
Stopping what they're doing, or saying, hey, I'm busy right now, but can I call you in a half an hour? Like it reminds me of going through, things and growing up and talking with my siblings. Like it feels like a family. And I know that sounds so cheesy,
Not
but
cheesy at all,
especially
because it's really important to feel like you belong. Like that sense of community, belonging, and unconditional support can be the piece in our business that is integral to making sure that when the highs are high and the lows are low, that you
yeah,
actually sustain them.
like when the highs are high, being around people who are celebrating you, and when the lows are low, being with people that give you just enough sympathy or empathy, but then go back to kicking your butt because maybe that's what you need in order to like get over it or move
Yeah,
past your funk.
or lift you up in a time when you need the encouragement or feeling down. So yeah.
Like I noticed this the other day. I think someone had posted in the group something, or I had some, I forget the exact situation, but I was literally, I was like, oh, someone will reach out to me. It's okay if I feel sorry for myself now, but someone will reach out to me. And then like I got like a text from, I think it was Sophie, and she was like, hey, like I noticed you said this, and checking up, moving forward, asking if asking to provide help. Like it's awesome. And you do that too. Yeah, I it's we're a family. That's the fun fact. And I think like a family, there's a lot of tough love. And there's a lot of high expectations because we know that the other person beside us can achieve like really, really great things with the support that we're able to provide.